Hi, my name is Emily, and I am a proud Air Force wife who lives in Southwest Illinois. I was first introduced to the Baton Pass during a divine intervention with the founder Kelly while in Chicago for a fitness conference. We were both attending a water aerobics certification course when we got to talking, and as she shared a glimpse of her own story with such boldness and vulnerability and the incredible impact that the Baton Pass was having on women, I knew I wanted to be a part of it. She asked if I would be able to come and share my own story at their upcoming event with the theme of breakthrough, and I knew it was an opportunity I could not pass up. I want to share a glimpse of the way that the Lord has used my own story of living with a chronic disease to point me and others to his unfailing faithfulness and the power of connection and the promise of hope. At the young age of 17, my life was forever changed when I heard the words, "You have multiple sclerosis, a chronic, incurable disease of the central nervous system." This diagnosis turned my life upside down, and I found myself at a fork in the road. I could either go down this path of discouragement and allow this diagnosis to stop me from pursuing after my dreams and goals, or I could go down this path of faith and determination and refuse to let this disease stop me. And growing up as an athlete, quitting was never an option. So I decided to take this disease head on and trust that God would use it for my good and his glory. I can say that after 18 years of living well with MS, he has done just that. The Lord has used this diagnosis not only to strengthen my faith, but to see the way he uses our trials and challenges to not only change us, but to impact those around us. Getting a diagnosis at such a young age, I found myself feeling like I was alone on this journey of living with MS. But I've also found that when I find the courage to share my story, man, does the Lord open up doors of connection and help me realize that, in fact, I'm not alone. So I want to share one story that recently happened thanks to the Breakthrough Baton Pass event. I'd posted on my Instagram that I was going to be speaking at an event in Chicago, and I ended up getting a private message from a total stranger. Little did I know that she had been diagnosed with MS about 5 years ago and found my Instagram page and had been following me for the last 3 years. She said that she lived in the Chicago area and that this event was something that could really help her. I was ecstatic to think that not only was I going to get to meet somebody else living with MS who was young, but to know that this connection was nothing short of a total God thing. As the two of us embraced as we met, we went from strangers to friends, knowing that this shared experience of living with MS, that we're not alone. This is just one of the many connections that was made that night, and it is just a picture of the Lord's goodness and promise that he sees you, that he cares about you. That is the beauty and the power of the Baton Pass, knowing that as we share our stories, connections will be made and hope will be shared. So I just want to say a huge thank you for supporting the Baton Pass. Through your generosity, lives are being changed, connections are being made, and hope is being shared.